Hello, hello. Welcome in, everyone. The concert experience is about to start. Thank you for hanging. If you're new, I will be your MC for tonight, Brandon from Audio Addiction. If you're a new homie to the show, come hang out on Twitch. Do these live Mondays and Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. But yeah, very excited about tonight. We're going to be doing a live stream of YDBB tonight. Shout outs to Gunky for getting 50,000 channel points. But yeah, we're going to be doing some good stuff tonight. I'm excited. I feel like I also haven't, for whatever reason, have not streamed in a while, but I know that is not true. Wednesday we stream. So, Gunky's what's up? I'm living. We're here. Another day. Kaylee says hello. Uh Uni says yo. Sarah says, hey y'all, you just missed us extra. I did. I did. I did miss Saturday, yeah. I'm living life, you know what I mean? So well, it is what it is. Hello, Biscuit. Hopefully you had a restful vacation. Kala, hello. Jazz, hello. Um, yeah, very excited. I'm sure Biscuit's excited because I also posted Monster X on YouTube, so that's finally out after a little bit. But all right, well, I'm very excited. Um, Gungy has presented quite the concert series for us tonight. Um, and you could also be that as well if you come hang out live, get channel points. It's good. Restful, no, good. Oh, well, hopefully it was. Hopefully you get some rest in. I feel, but very excited. Gungi says I try to do some strategic placements of videos, but we'll see how it turns out. I feel like I'll listen. I'll keep to the strategy. I did the homework. I read it over. So very nice. Before I start, we got a little background information here. I also feel like side tangent here. This was my photo card for those who did not see it before. Let me see. Can I get it focused? Yeah, there we go. So that was my very sick photo card. The girls, exactly. Um, yeah, I will show off the record later. But anyway, uh, Gunky says YDBB, formerly known as Yu Dabin's band, is a Korean band that was formed by their vocalist Yu Dabin. And they debuted on November 19th of 2020, and their first digital single was Letter. Oh, cool. And the members are Cho Young Yoon, and that's their bass player. They are 27. Yu Dabin, vocalist, acoustic guitarist, also 27. Uh, Lee Sung Woon, leader and drummer, 27. Lee Jun Hyung, and he is also 27, and the guitarist, electric guitarist, and Yu Myung Jung, is the keyboardist, and he is 26th. So very nice. They all attended Howon University in the Department of Applied Music. Very nice. They also write and produce their own music. Yu Dabin draws most of the band's album art, and she also paints her guitars. That is awesome. I wonder how much she commissions those out for. Would love. I feel like any type of guitar that's painted like that is probably gorgeous. So makes sense. I picked YDBB. I didn't pick it. This is Gunky's words. Love their music, their performance, and just the way that their music makes me feel. I've only known of this band for a couple months, which shows you how much of an impact they've had already on me. And Gunky says, why a concert stream and not a deep dive? A quote from one of the judges of the Great Soul Invasion said it best. Their performance always lingers on my heart. Oh, okay. Okay. Very nice. There are just some things. There is something just special about their live performances. You can just feel how much they love and are passionate about about their music. It is like my favorite band made. It's better just to listen to them live. Hey, listen, fair enough. Some bands I feel like have the charisma for a live stream, you know? So, very nice. All right. Well, we're going to get into the first one. The first one that we have here is Can't Keep Smiling. Expresses a struggle with maintaining a positive facade despite feeling down. It delves into the difficulty of concealing inner sadness and the pressure to appear happy. So, very nice, Gunky. Good summation. I'm not an English literacy professor here, but I give it some gold stars, you know. So, very nice. All right, I have reacted to this song apparently, according to Gunky. So let's keep it moving. Let's go. The live does feel better, I will say. I guess, and it is or it isn't. I don't know. It's basically up to what you guys choose. I'm here for the ride. Kaylee, if you want, I can pretend to scream really loud in a microphone. That'll really test my acting skills. That horn section, oh. What'd you say, Gunky? Where's my light stick? It's right here. I didn't know they had a light stick, to be fair. That would be cool, Kaylee. They had like a physical light stick. But thank you, Kaylee. Is that caption? Nope. Oh, the clean fill. Nice. What a good one to start off with. All right, this was YDBB and their song "Can't Keep Smiling." I feel like you cannot stop smiling should be the song name. Um, this is so much fun. I will agree with Gunky's comment from earlier about their performance have such a good like life to them. I feel like these videos will probably do a good representation of showing that skill off, you know, not only their skills off, but I do also feel their live energy. There's just something about performances that I just think is just so much fun. Um I absolutely love their drummer. Shout outs to Sang-woon. He's incredible. I definitely like his fills are really fun, and definitely I think that like brings about a good rhythm change certainly. Also we'll give a shout outs to Young Yoon as well. His bass playing is wildly good. Definitely like stays in the pocket really well, but also as well had some really good riffs to throw in there. So I think it was like good mix of both. You know, I think you got to have the live aspect of it that just is incredible, and you know obviously shout outs to the rest of the band and their the horn section. Like I love a good horn section. I feel like that's something I feel like you can't it's hard to replicate in a studio version, but just so much fun, so much fun. But this is like, at least for me, I feel like this is one of those ones that I hope that I get an opportunity to see them perform live, but I don't know what their opportunity or chances of performing outside of Korea is. But I feel like they would just be like I feel like they're the type of group that obviously I'd probably love their like material in terms of like Spotify and listening to it, but like the live performance, seeing them perform live, I think would be an incredible feat. So, yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully at some point, but good vibes. Also, the song was incredible again. I think it actually is. I know I have listened to this song already, but I feel like the live performance of the song was just so much better for some reason. So, Gongi says this is probably my third favorite song by them. Ooh, very nice. Callus is very fun. Uni says I was getting 80s/90s sitcom theme song vibes from this. Don't know why. It sounds great though. I also can hear that. I feel like I was gonna make a commentary on that, but you took it before I did. So glad we could hear the same stuff. Kaylee also said the same thing. So very nice. As well as Gunky. Gunky says, I was really drawn to the vocals of this band as I listened to them more. I now realize how great all of the members are. Yeah, I think to me it's important to how like everyone plays kind of a crucial role in shaping songs like this, and I do think they do a great job of not only I feel like the vocals are incredible, but I think that the members that she has enlisted to do this, I think, are equally as impressive as she is. So, which is great. I think that just only makes the music more entertaining, and I think obviously they have great chemistry together live. So, good stuff. Let's see. Gunky says the next song is a shortened version, but we will hear the full version later. Ooh, okay. And then also said the volume might be a little bit lower on the next set of MVs. Okay, perfect. Well, we will check the next one out, which is Letter, shortened version. This is from round 1 of Great Soul Invasion. So, very nice. Let's check it out.
빛나는 나를 허락해 주세요. 시들지 않는 사랑을 주세요. 소리 없는 말을
Wow.
좋다. 진짜 좋다.
All right, very nice. This was YDBB and their song Letter, which is a shortened version. So excited to listen to the full thing. Um, I'll have to, we'll obviously be checking that out a little bit later on, but this was really nice. Excited to again hear more of it. I'm trying to think. In terms of their live performance, like this, I mean, I'm going off Gunky for this one. This was was this their first performance that they did, like for this song, like, or was this a part of the show? I'm just curious. I don't know where this one lands, but um, let's take a look. Okay, no, it was round one. Okay, so this might have been the first performance. Okay, this is the first performance of the show. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Gunky. Um, yeah, no, this is incredible. I think this was from 3 years ago. Well, it may have been from a little bit longer, but her voice is just really incredible. I think like this one was definitely took more of a somber tone. Um, but I liked I liked the vibes of this one. I think again you could tell how much chemistry that they have live, in terms of their performance. Um, but I feel like this was a great representation of what they're capable of doing. Obviously, we'll see kind of a different gambit of what they're capable of doing on this series here, but I thought it was really incredible, and you could tell they were just having a great time performing live. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed this one. This one is a really solid song. Like I think if this was any group that I was thinking of starting out, like I'd be very excited to see how their growth, would become over the years. So great stuff. Nothing to complain about here, certainly. So, all right, we're gonna keep it moving. Gungy says we are doing every round in the show. They finished third. Oh wow. Okay. I'm curious who would have. I'll have to take a look and see who finished second and first for the show. But anyway, we are going to moving it on to the third track on this series. It is Daydream, and this was their round 2 song. This song seems to be about the tension between societal expectations and personal desires, with Daydream serving as a powerful, albeit temporary escape and the space for self-expression. Ooh, okay. All right. Well, let's get into Daydream then. I'll go back. Sorry, I gotta go back. I feel like it's so cathartic, right? Like, I mean, I've never performed live before, but like I feel like being on the stage and performing it in that way, it's like, getting off seeing like them get off stage and be like, oh my god, like it's all like it's done, like we did what we could do. Is such a like I don't know. It's a very interesting feeling, like seeing somebody be that leaving all their emotions on the floor. So, um, Gungy says they destroyed the other band they competed against. It's weird when I have watched the MVs. It has English when people talked. Ooh, interesting. Okay, don't know what's going on there, but I thought the song was beautiful. I really enjoyed this one a lot. I think it is interesting to see the variety in which they like bring to the table. Like you have songs that are a little bit more, I guess, like somber in some ways, where I feel like this song is definitely more minor key. Like I think there's just a lot more emotional expressiveness in Dobbin's vocals. So I really like that, and I think like very there's something very nurturing about her voice, especially in these types of songs, that is just like, she's got a very sweet tone. She's got like a really conventional way, and that's not a bad thing. Like a very conventional way of like conveying emotion and like her tonality. So I really love that. I think it shines really bright in this type of song. I also love that she was performing on acoustic. I know it was mentioned before, but just like, I feel like to me it's just really impressive to again see that kind of like, that type of vibe, going throughout the song. I love the key change. I thought the key change was incredible in that song. I feel like, anytime you get a good key change is really gorgeous. So I love that. But I loved the one section. I'm pretty sure obviously Dobbin was doing the main vocals, but like Jun Hyun, he was incredible. I did not know he was doing some of the clean singing on that, or not clean singing. So used to saying like metal terminology. I was so surprised that he again put some like singing, extra like singing, like obviously doing some overdubs and like harmonies throughout the song. So I really like that. Um I don't know how much he does in terms of their studio material, but it was cool to see that performance live. And then as well as that, I love that little bit of instrumental break between all the different members. I thought that was really incredible, and I think it just gave them an opportunity to kind of express themselves a little bit more. So, yeah, very cool. Gunky says just put closed captions on to see what happens for other MVs in the set. Okay, I'll go through and do that. Speaking of the next one, Gunky says you can just feel the emotion and the feelings in their songs. Absolutely, absolutely. I feel like I think you can feel it in their studio material, but like there's just something extra special about like live performances for artists just in general. Like I don't know, it's very cathartic. So I definitely feel that, especially after this past week of going to see seeing some shows. Like I think it makes you really respect the type of artistry that's out there. So great stuff. The next one is Two Next. This one is from round 3 of the Great Soul Invasion. This song conveys a message of deep connection and the emotional impact of a significant relationship, even when faced with separation or lost. Ooh, very nice. Okay. All right, let's keep it moving. What? Wait. He said he learned that shit a week ago? Oh my god, that's awesome. Oh man. What talent. Very cool. All right, this was Next to by YDBB, if you're joining us for their concert series tonight, courtesy of Gunky. Thank you, Gunky. Wow. I don't know what to say about this one. Positive, not bad, negative. I think to me, like at first, I was like, okay, this is gonna be kind of like I was thinking it was gonna be like a little bit more of a ballady type song, and it is for sure. But I thought they were gonna just kind of keep it somber throughout the song, like again, like the bass playing on this was incredible. Sounds to Young Yoon, incredible bassist. I find that insane that he learned it a week like before and decided to just say fuck it and do it live kind of energy. I respect that. Um, and I think it was really incredible. Like the tone from that just had like this sort of warmth to it that I really appreciate. So it was really cool to see. The only other time that I've really seen that implemented is shout outs to Imminence. They're a Swedish metal band and they mainly use it on the guitars, but definitely was really cool to hear it in the bass capacity. I feel like that's such a fun thing. But as well as that, I think like the drumming was incredible as well. I loved that he was using kind of the I think they're called rakes. I'm not 100% sure. The brushes. I thought that was really cool. Like the way that he was like kind of like moving around the snare drums with the brushes, I think was really incredible. It just gave this kind of like I don't know. It almost kind of was giving me like wind, like kind of like a breeze, like interesting sort of like breeze thing. But I thought that was so much fun. And I love that he kind of again used it for like the cymbals to kind of create this really like beautiful like accent as well. Great stuff there. And then he switched to regular drumsticks, like at once the song's energy started to pick up. So I feel like that's incredible. That's such a I feel like that's such a not only personal touch, but I also feel like it is like if it suits the song extremely well. So I think that requires a lot of forethought, and give obviously give a shout outs to Sangwoon for another incredible job on the behind the drums. But I think probably the biggest shout out I had to give for this song is Myungjeon with that insane synth run. That was so much fun. I thought that was what a fantastic solo. But on top of that, I feel like just the way that he was like manipulating the keyboard in that song was just really incredible, and I feel like it just added just another really ambitious layer to the song already. And like obviously shout outs to Jung Hyun and Dobbin for again continuing on with some really great vocals. But I feel like that just almost acted like a third vocalist to this song, which was really incredible. So yeah, I thought this one was definitely one that I would have enjoyed, but I think came away from it enjoying a lot more than I initially had initially had thought it was going to be. But very cool. Everyone was also shocked as about the bow and the bass. That was cool. He says, "Oh." Biscuit says, "Beautiful." Jazz says, "So pretty." And Gunky says, "LOL, talented people showing off." And I agree. Very nice. And Gunky said the synth run takes a really good song to another level. That is true. That is true. Especially if you've got a really talented keyboardist, which, hey, there are some really talented keyboardists in the K-pop space or K space in general. But yeah, this was incredible. Great, another great performance from them. So very nice, very nice. We are moving on to I think the final song of the Great Soul Invasion. This is Our Night featuring Yu Sung-woo. Conveys a message of enjoying the night and embracing a carefree attitude. It symbolizes freedom and happiness by encouraging listeners to find joy in the present moment and not worry too much about life's changings. Oh, there's one more. Okay. It was not listed on here, so big yikes. Anyway, we'll move on to the next one then. Let's check it out. One on one, okay.
숨쉬겨 날 잊고서 너의 눈 속에서 오랫동안 빛날 수 있길 바랐지.
Hey, the One Piece sticker. Let's go.
너무 먼 얘기 같아. 내가 바라는 내 모습도 밀어 닥치는 해가 너무 빨리 느껴져. 우리는 멀어지는 밤을 또 함께 할 거야. 난 사람들의 모자 속을 찾아 헤매며 담아 나의 꿈을 바라네. 상처 이면에 한마디 작은 말. 난감한 너의 웃음 속을 사랑해.
숨죽여 바라보는 서로의 눈 속에서 수많은 너의 밤을 느낄 수 있어. 끝이 없는 내 밤도 네 품에 거칠 수 있어.
잘 맞어.
밀어 닥친 내가 너무 빨리 느껴져.
우리는 멀어지는 밤을 또 함께 할 거야. 너와 난 사람들의 모습 속을 찾아 헤매며 담아 나의 꿈을 바라네. 상처 이면에 담아둔 자
속을 찾아 헤매며 단 하나의 꿈을 바라네 상처이며 내 담아둔 작은 맘난 사람들의 모습 속을 찾아 헤매며 단 하나의 꿈을 바라네 상처이며 내 담아둔 작은 맘난 그런 너의 모습이 더 사랑해 우리의 밤새 나의 꿈을 바라네 가만 비춰본 당신의 숨 속에 난숨 속에 난
와우.
노래 잘한다.
아 잘했다. 떨려.
뭔가 항상 유담 밴드는 항상 여운이 남는 것 같아요.
감동이 있어.
네,
뭔가.
감동이 있어요.
완전히 우리랑 딱 그 상반되는
아,
분위기와
어우,
완전
touch.
에너지와
완전히 상반돼.
와우.
짜장면이 좋냐, 짬뽕이 좋냐.
우리가
Oh,
까마니까
shit.
짜장면인가?
우리가 짬뽕이야.
짬뽕이지.
우린 맵지.
How ironic. We did we did a deep dive of touch, so that's cool. Okay. That makes sense. Gunky says there are 3 songs for the Great Soul Invasion after this. Okay. Very nice. Ah, Touch was the one. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Now it's all cooking. We're cooking with gas now. Okay. So was this our night? According to the script, I feel like that's got to be it. Maybe I'm wrong. But this was great. It was. Okay, cool. Thank you, Gunky. This was another good one. Like I feel like I'm going to be beating a dead horse tonight, but there's something really there's something really special about this performance. I feel like not only that Dobbin did a great job vocally, but Sungwoo also did a awesome job. I don't believe I'm familiar with him, but I feel like their voices were very complementary to each other, and I think that's what really made the song so much better. I appreciate that there was just a level of chemistry within the song that I just appreciate. You know, there's like I think sometimes when you get a feature in a song, you're just like, you know, like this is good. Like they come on the song and they, you know, do their vocal feature and they kind of disappear. I felt like this was more collaborative, and like I just appreciate the fact that there was just like a resonance to both of their vocals that just really did a great job of working together. Again, I love that he carried most of that kind of like mid to low range tone, and Dobbin kind of carried a lot of that good, like sweet high end, a lot of treble tones. So it was very complimentary. I think the song really worked in both their favors. It also, I think, equally did a great job of showing them off equally as vocalists, where like I feel like there were certain moments with Sungwoo where I was like, oh cool, I really like this, or you know, there are some parts where I was like, ooh, Dobbin absolutely did a fantastic job, and then obviously when they come together, it was just another incredible piece to the puzzle. But yeah, I enjoyed this a ton. I think like the instrumentation was also very good. I do feel like they have set the bar certainly very high for really good instrumentation, and this is not to say that this one was bad by any stretch. Like it was still very good. But I do feel like a lot of the focal point was with Sungwoo and obviously Dobbin in this song, and I think they absolutely smashed it. So this was a phenomenal song. I enjoyed this a ton. So great stuff. Let's see. No, since I'm so late, I was getting my yard work done since it's not 50,000 degrees out today. Hey, that is true. Listen, respect. You know, thanks for pulling up. Biscuit says, I think Sungwoo might be under Highline / Starship still, but I'm not sure. Ooh, okay. He was incredible. Shout outs to him. And Gunky says, "Are you ready to have some fun with the next song?" I'm always excited, so I feel like that is a message for chat. Are you excited, chat? Let us know. But the next one is "Isn't That Good?" It's a cover originally done by the artist Crying Nut. I never thought I'd say that. Semi-final Great Soul Invasion. The meaning of the song is "Life is tough, but isn't that good?" Basically, I take it as there are good times and bad times, and we need to embrace the good we have now. That is, listen, that is a positive positive affirmations. I believe in that too. So listen, it's hard. I don't know. I was gonna say something really prophetic, but now I'm not. I forgot what it was. Oh, I feel like I always live by this one band statement, which is, life swings hard, but I'm swinging harder. So I feel that. I like that. That's a good energy. Good energy. So, Kangi says the original version is more of a punk song. Ooh, okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm curious how they're gonna adapt this one. So. Let's keep it moving. Let's check it out.
우와.
뮤지컬 같아.
그러게요.
매 라운드를 지나면서 저희가 발전한 모든 것들을 감상하실 수 있는 무대가 될 것 같습니다. 그냥 재밌게 놉시다.
나무가 사라져간 산길 주인 없는 바다 그래도 좋지 아니한가 내 맘대로 되는 세상
Great harmonies.
잘한다.
밤이 오면 싸워왔던 기억 이길 쓸만한 노트와 연필이 생기지 않았나 내 맘대로 그린 세상
All right, it's giving light ska. Don't get me wrong.
저 푸른 하늘 구름 위에 독수리 높이 날고 가보이 세상을 삼키려 하고 정성은 이어지네 뒷속에 싸워 이긴 전사 내게 쓰고 있는 날 천사 도화지에 그려 쓴 모습 그녀가 그려갈 세상 우린 노래해 더 나아질 거야 우린 추억해 우리가 지난 날들 바보같이 지난 날들 그래도 우리 좋지 아니었나
Oh,
그 세월 속에 우리가 지지 않나 이렇게 우리 웃기지 않는다 울고 있었다면 다시 만날 수 없는 세상에 우린 태어났으니까
whoa.
우린 노래해 더 나아질 거야 우린 추억해 부질없이 지난 날들 바보같이 지난 날들 그래도 너는 좋지 아니한가 한물에 넘친 눈물 속에 우리가 지지 않나
She got a little bit of vocal rasp. Oh,
와, 찢었다.
너무 멋있다.
찢었는데요? 와.
너무 좋아.
너무 멋있다.
대박이다.
Very nice, very nice. All right. That was YDBB and their performance of Isn't That Good? Originally done by Crying Nut. Very nice. I like this. This is fun. It's giving me nostalgia, right? I feel like I've brought this up before and I will continue to bring it up. This kind of reminds me of younger when I was, when I used to go to Warped Tour and seeing like a lot of like ska and like punk bands and like seeing just like that type of sound. Obviously, I know there's ska bands still exist, and I know that like that type of punk still exists very fervently in the scene, but I feel like this to me was like a cool combination of like obviously covering a Korean group and obviously showing that the genres can transcend continents and stuff. So it's cool to see that. Obviously, I don't know if that was their main inspiration, but definitely sonically it reminds me a lot of like that type of nostalgia, which is fun. Like given like Real Big Fish, Aquabats, those types of artists, maybe a little, probably not as insane as like a Streetlight Manifesto, but yeah, this was really fun, really incredible. I was kind of expecting them to do like a little bit more of a higher energy song, and when Gunky said that they were gonna be performing more of a punk, more bright, upbeat sort of song, I was like, okay, the energy is coming, certainly. But this was really fun. I don't believe that I've heard the original, so I'll have to go out of my way to listen to Crying Nut. Isn't That Good? But I really like this. I feel like if this maybe replaces people's perception of that song with this one, then I think that's a I think that's a good trade. Certainly, obviously, if you love the original, then and you love this one, awesome. But I thought this is great. I think the one thing that I noticed about Dobbin's vocals were just like, I think I was gonna say she has definitely a ton of power, and I felt like this song definitely utilized that a ton. I loved that like final bit of the song where they kind of, I don't know if it was necessarily like halftime, but I think they really drew out like the chorus. And I love that because you could definitely tell a lot of not only her strong vocals, but I also noticed like there's a little bit of maybe a vocal rasp that she had in the song that I was just like, damn, like there's something really powerful about her vocals. And I think even like at the precipice of like her really, really strong vocals, you can tell there's just like a little bit of grit. And I think that shows that she's putting a lot of, vocal pressure into her voice, not in a bad way, but just really really able to project and do a lot with her voice. So I think she absolutely crushed it as well. Shout out to the horn section in this song as well too. I feel like again, horns always make a good song, but I just love that. And as well as that, gotta give a salute to Jun Hyung with that insane guitar solo. I love how he picked the guitar up. I'm pretty sure he was playing like the guitar with his mouth. I'm pretty sure. So that is has a double-edged sword there, but he made it out. So very cool. But yeah, this was so much fun. This was I don't think you could come away from this song not saying that you didn't have a good time, because like I feel like they absolutely brought it up. So very nice. Gunky says Yu Dabin is such a great vocalist, and she has a lot of power in her voice. I agree. I love the rasp in her voice. The next MV's volume is low compared to the rest. Okay. Very nice. All right. Well, we're going to move on to the next one, which looks to be one of the two performances for the final round. This one is Fly. It's a Thai song conveying the message of finding the inner strength to overcome challenges and reach for goals, especially during difficult times. Oh, okay. Let's check it out. I'm excited.
어딜지 모를 걸음일까 지워져가는 꿈일까 오늘을 기억해
I love how standout the piano is. It's super nice.
매일을 올려다보는 나와 하늘의 연속에 그저 옅어지는 마음 떠나는 길목에 앞서서 몇 번을 다짐했지만 아직은 아닌 것 같아 아름다운 것들 사이에도 조금 커지는 건 왠지 두려워지는 저 구름에 닿고 싶어 넘어지더라도 어딜지 모를 걸음일까 스쳐가는 꿈일까 흐르는 이 기억을 새로운 날들이 떠오를까 사감의 연속일까 뜨거지는 하늘을 어딜 가든 좋으니까 나오는 우리는 멀어져가는 그림자의 발자국은 희미해져가 넘어져도 좋아 아파해도 좋아 그렇게 함께하는 거야 I'm fine I'm fine 어딜 가든 좋으니까 나오는 우리는 어딜지 모를 걸음일까 스쳐가는 꿈일까 흐르는 이 기억은 새로운 날들이 떠오를까 지나감의 연속일까 뜨거지는 하늘을 I'm fine I'm fine 어딜 가든 좋으니까 나오는 우리는
All right, very cool. This was YDBB and their song "Fly" from, it looks like, the final round. Very nice. This was great. I the thing I think I noticed about this song the most was like their usage of a lot of halftime. This song had a ton of halftime sections in it. But it really kind of gave this like weightlessness to the song that I really appreciate. So I thought this was very sick. Definitely love that a lot. Her vocals, I think the vocals in this song were very good. There's definitely some moments I feel like more specifically in the chorus that, especially like that final chorus, I feel like she was doing very well. But it's definitely, you could tell there was like a little bit of straining, and I don't know if it, again, I'd imagine this was maybe more than one performance of the evening, but I definitely found it like a smidge off, and it wasn't like completely off where I was like, ooh, this is like either sharp or flat. It just like sonically I could tell there was maybe something, she wasn't hitting it spot on, which is fine. Listen, everybody has their performance things, and that note I think is, very difficult to hit, certainly. So I think she did an excellent job nonetheless. But this was definitely a tougher song to sing. And to be fair, I also don't know the original that was done by the Thai song. It looks like it's a Thai song, so I don't know who originally had done it. If there is an original singer, but I thought otherwise really fun. I liked again a lot of the halftime sections in this track, but I thought overall it was very solid. I think it was just a little difficult to sing towards that like top end, at least from what I could gather. So very unique song. But overall, I think in terms of their performances, if I'm being a little bit difficult, I feel like that's probably the only thing. Beyond that, I thought it was incredible. She's the band and her are incredible. So very nice. Dang, hello, thank you. Yeah, we're doing YDBB tonight, as per Gunky's request. So, well, and their points certainly too. So, very cool, very cool. This was a cool performance. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. The next one is Farewell. This is the acoustic version, and this is also from the final round as well. So, let's keep it moving.
나의 아침이 떠나갈 땐 아무런 인사도 필요하지 않아요. 그저 가만히 숨을 내쉬며 계절이
The man plays the flute too. What the fuck?
그렇게 또 하루가 지나죠.
And the banjo.
말도
What an eclectic
듣지
mix of instruments.
않겠지만 하고픈 말이 너무나 많아서 부은 눈을 가릴 수가 없네요. 꿈속에 당신이 눈물을 부어 내 어깨를 적셔내리고 아픈 곳은 말을 듣지 않아서 이 고열을 내릴 수가 없네요.
Man, King go off.
미안하단 말도 듣지 않겠지만 더는 나를 아파하지 말아요. 좋은 나를 살아가길 바라요. 꿈속에 당신이 눈물을 부어 내 어깨를 적셔내리고 아픈 곳은 말을 듣지 않아서 이 고열을 내릴 수가 없네요.
Ooh. Very nice. All right. This is YDBB and their performance of Farewell. Very nice. I'd be curious to hear the original. Obviously I know this is the acoustic version. But I think this was so well adjusted to their sound. Like obviously I think they could perform it in multiple capacities, but this was just gorgeous. There's something about like the writing, the structure of the song I think was just incredibly eloquent and was very nice. I was extremely surprised at the drummer. I feel like Sang-woon just continues to to impress me. he plays the flute apparently, which is impressive. Nonetheless, he's an incredible flautist. Really liked it a ton. I was also impressed that I'm pretty sure their bassist, Young Yoon, was also playing the banjo, which I is a little bit also of a little bit of an unconventional instrument to play as well too. But just I think it was an interesting approach, and I think it was done very well. I loved like the different variations. I think the flute almost acted like another vocalist as well to help out Dobbin. But as well as that, I think like the banjo was also really nice comparatively to like the guitar. They were very complementary tone wise. I feel like that would make sense because I know a lot of like bluegrass and a lot of like folk music and like obviously country as well use like acoustic guitar and banjo together. So it those combinations work, but I just think collectively as a group they just did a phenomenal job of like making the song feel very emotionally driving, but at the same time being able to utilize and show off their skills effectively as well. So really good stuff. I love their harmony choices. Like I said, having them all sing is pretty damn impressive, and for them all to really kind of harmonize really well is cool too. But I like this. The tonality of Dobbin is so impressive to me. I think she can kind of really do those like rock and like rock tones really well, but at the same time I think she can clean up her vocals in a very pristine way. And I think this utilizes it on the complete opposite end of the spectrum as well too. So great stuff. Like I said, I enjoyed this much more than I enjoyed Fly, and that's not to say Fly was not a bad song, but I feel like there's just a lot more. I think there's just like a character about it that just I really appreciate. So great stuff. No, Santa says, I was wondering how you were going to work out concerts. Rarely are the whole things in good enough quality. Yeah, I think Gunky is my guinea pig for for tonight, and they did a fantastic job. So, however it works out is how if you would like to portray it, that's how we're gonna go about it. I didn't really put any rules to it, to be fair. So, but very nice. Uni says, lovely. Connie, hello. Thanks for coming through. Very nice. Gunky says it's crazier. It's crazy to think about this, but this is one of their shorter songs at just over 3 minutes. Wow. Okay. That is a crazy thing, especially with songs getting much shorter. It makes sense, but very nice. Very nice. All right. We're going to keep it moving here. The next one is outside of the show, I believe. And Gunky says that Over the Dream, the song is about a loved one who always wished for them to live the life they dreamed of. Ooh, okay. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Let's check it out.
마치 오늘을 살았던 것처럼 생생하게 치는 파도 바위에 부딪히는 목소리는 울고 있지만 빛나네 늘 같은 꿈은 아니었지만 같은 말을 넌 했었지 살아야 한다 꿈보다 더 좋은 세상 살아야 한다는 간절하고 깊은 마음 많은 시간을 보냈던 것처럼 익숙하게 앉은 자리 벽 속을 들여다보는 눈은 감지 않아도 어둡네 같은 말은 아니었지만 같은 마음이었었지. 널 사랑한다. 꿈보다도 좋은 세상 살아야 한다는 간절하고 깊은 마음. 꿈보다도 좋은 세상 살아야 한다는 간절하고 깊은 마음.
It doesn't look like they have light sticks, guys. There's no YDBB light sticks.
꿈보다도 좋은 세상에서 사랑받아야 한다. 마치 오늘을 살았던 것처럼 생생하게 지나가고 마치 오늘을 살았던 것처럼 눈부시게도 빛나네.
Oh, very nice. All right. This is YDBB. I don't even know why I was messing that up. It's right in front of me. The song is Over the Dream. Very nice. I like this. This was very beautiful. I think I saw Connie's comment and I couldn't help but agree, but I really love the lyrics in this song. I feel like she's quite the eloquent lyricist, which shout outs to whoever, figured this out in English. That's kudos to you. I feel like it just provides a little bit more context to obviously their musicality and stuff, but yeah, I just really enjoyed this a lot. I think she's got like kind of she's got such an interesting range that I really love. I think she does like those really soft, like tender vocals in this song, and I think there is definitely obviously a little bit more power. I think she has used her vocal power and projection a little bit more, I feel like, in other songs, but I feel like this had just the right amount of emphasis to the song, but like wasn't going overboard or anything. So I definitely appreciate that. Other than that, I think that the band was really incredible in this song too. Like I liked a lot of the instrumentation, the guitar work was incredible on this as well too. But I think like her emotions in this song just really did a great job of conveying a really sweet message, and I think there's just something, there's something really personable about this song that I appreciate. Like I think when I think when somebody refers to that in the way that, obviously Gunky mentioned before in the comments here, or commentary he gave me, but I just think it was incredible. Like I think it conveys it super well, and I think she does a great job of making you feel like, it almost makes you feel like you're inserting yourself in this storyline that she is obviously presenting to you and everything. So, really incredible. Another phenomenal song as well. A little bit more on the slower side, but I appreciate the like more somber type songs. They're great. Gungy says the MV was from from an I'm Live performance. Yep, that is true right here. Very nice. Shout outs to them. And Gunky says no light stills. That is true. That is true. So very nice, very nice. We're gonna keep it moving here. The next one we have on the list is Wish. This song revolves around themes of yearning for a fresh start, regret over past choices, and a desire to escape from negative experiences. Ooh, okay. Gungy says the next song, Wish, I cheated on. Oh, okay. With no performance video. Okay, very interesting. Let's check it out.
바람 지나 우리가 도달한 어딘가 우리는 바라던 곳에 온 걸까 웃고 울던 날들에도 놓지 않았던 오늘은 우리의 꿈이었나 작은 품속에 가득 담은 우리의 바람이었나 이제 마주한 눈에 함께한 하루들이 흘러내린다 언제나 우리 귀에 돌아볼 만한 그런 날들이었다
Very nice. All right. Kudos. Kudos. All right. That was YDBB. Very nice. And the song was Wish. Very cool. Gunky says, now for the elephant in her room, what did she do to her hand? What the huh? She did do something to her hand? All right, now I gotta look. Oh God. I didn't even see that. Oh. That's bad. Oh God. That's really bad. I didn't even notice that. I was gonna say I didn't even notice. Wow, holy shit. That's oof. Wow. Now that I see it, it would be hard to I guess the cuts were good. No one did, obviously. That's all right, Gunky. I know you're watching with pinpoint precision, but oh boy, that's rough. Gunky says I didn't know that the first time I saw this video as well. Well, obviously she's doing better, which is good. Hopefully, it looks like she may have fractured her hand or broken her hand potentially. So, much blessings to her. Hopefully, she's doing all right now. This was great. I definitely loved like the strong major key tones of the song. This was wonderful. I think her voice carries so well in this type of song. She has like this positive aura about her that I feel like in this type of song just really just unleashes itself. And at first I thought it was going to be a less slower song. We got that acoustic guitar beginning, and I was like, done by their bass player, and I was like, shit, we're gonna get another like ballad song. And no offense to the ballads, but we've listened to a little bit of a couple slow songs, so I was like, maybe there's some energy, what have you, but I love how this song kind of picks up. It's like it's a very good snowball song where I feel like you start off really more somber, you kind of bring people in, then you allow like that great chorus to show its wings. So I really love that. I think the chorus was phenomenal in the song. Gungy says, like I said, it was my transition song. That's fair. Hey, it is a good transition. I feel like it kind of, again, combines a lot of those like ballady elements, but I feel like she's able to shine vocally even more so. So I really love that. Great stuff there. The piano work was incredible. I don't know if they're also doing like I don't know if Myung Joon is also doing like the string elementation of the song, but also incredible if he's doing that as well. Good vibes on that one. But yeah, I feel like Dobbin absolutely just did a phenomenal job. My favorite part of the song was definitely the bridge. I loved her. I love the band collectively in that section. I think they absolutely crushed it, but Dobbin just like stole the show, at least in my opinion. In that bridge, it just feels like such a fantastic transitional piece to the song, and then to get into that final chorus, I think just does I think to me it just kind of made the song feel more captivating and enticing. So yeah, this one's probably one of my favorites so far as well. Not to feel like I'm jumping on the bandwagon here, but there's just something really endearing about the song that I really love. So this was a phenomenal song. I think, like you said, Gunky said it best, a transition song. It's got the good vibes throughout. So very nice, very nice. Gunky, did you ever find out what happened to her hand in this MV? That was my question I had. So, Uni says, I think this might be my favorite so far. Ooh, very nice. Gunky says, we haven't even gotten to my TV favorite songs by them. And Gunky said that they did not. So I thought you would have at least, but I thought you would have at least tried to figure it out. Obviously, did anyone else figure it out? Let's see. Did anyone? Okay, no one else figured it out. Interesting. Interesting. I was just curious. I was just curious if somebody else found figured out what happened to her hand. Like I feel like if you're watching the MV and you make a comment, like you had to have at least seen this. Like I feel like you would have that would be like the right way to think about it. But hey, hopefully your hand's healed. So, all right. Well, we're gonna keep it moving. The next one is called Highway Romance. It is a cover originally done by Yoon Jung Shin. Fun fact: Lucy also covered this song on Immortal Songs too. Ooh, a Lucy drop. We love a Lucy name drop. So very cool, very cool. All right, I'm gonna turn down the volume just in case it is loud. So let's check it out. I'm already liking this already.
멈추지 않고 달려갈 거야, baby. 그곳에 파란 하늘 보여주고 싶어, baby. 내 손 한 번 꼭 잡아주겠니, baby. 우리 오늘이 얼마나 손꼽아 기다렸나. 지는 더위도 나는 좋아. 타는 태양도 좋아. 이렇게 너와 달리고 있는데 어디쯤 왔나 우리 사랑. 후끈 달아오를 거 조금만 더 빠르게 창을 열어 소리 쳐봐. 우리는 바다로 가요. 답답한 도시는 어딘지 오래 까맣게 타서 돌아올 거예요. 창을 열어 소리 쳐봐. 우린 너무 사랑해. 그래 우린 미쳐버렸어. 떠난 게 좋아서. Summer dream.
Hey, that two-handed tapping on the bass, that's sick.
지는 더위도 나는 좋아. 타는 태양도 좋아. 이렇게 너와 달리고 있는데 어디쯤 왔나 우리 사랑. 후끈 달아오를까. 조금만 더 빠르게 창을 열어 소리 쳐봐. 우리는 바다로 가요. 답답한 도시는 어딘지 오래 까맣게 타서 돌아올 거예요. 창을 열어 소리 쳐봐. 우린 너무 사랑해요. 그래 우린 미쳐버렸어. 떠난 게 좋아서.
Hey, that two-handed tapping again. Let's go. Oh, with the sin matching. Oh, no. Hell yeah. Great solo.
타는 태양도 좋아. 이렇게 너와 달리고 있는데 어디쯤 만나 우리 사랑. 후끈 달아오를 거 조금만 더 빠르게 창을 열어 소리 쳐봐. 우리는 바다로 가요. 답답한 도시는 어딘지 오래 까맣게 타서 돌아올 거예요. 창을 열어 소리 쳐봐. 우린 너무 사랑해요. 그래 우리 미쳐버렸어. 떠난 게 좋아서. Summer dream. Oh, summer dream. Oh, oh.
Very cool, very cool. This was YDBB and their cover of Highway Romance. Very nice. Yoon Jong Shin originally wrote this. Very nice. This was a great song. I don't know if I heard the Lucy cover of this song, because I don't know if we did do that or not when we did the Lucy deep dive originally, but we'll have to go back if not. I have not heard the original version of the song, but I feel like this one, I feel like it inherently, I love like upbeat songs, and I feel like this one might be okay. Haley says now we just did the title track. Then that's true. That's true. Okay, I do remember that, but I don't know. Maybe we were doing something different back then. But I love this. This is great. This is a great cover. I feel like their energy was just impeccable about this song. I love the instrumentation. All of the members killed it, man. It's hard to say who I had favorite wise for that song, because they all absolutely crushed this song. I love how Young Yoon started off with like the 2-hand tapping on the bass, and then later on we got Jun Hyung doing like the 2-hand tapping on the guitar, and then Myung Joon came in later and did like that insane synth solo, and then went back to obviously Jun Hyung on the guitar as well. It was just all over the place in like the best way possible. And Dobbin obviously just giving the most emphatic anthematic, I guess. I don't even know what the word is, or the word that I'm trying to think of. But she just gives such a emphatic. That's the word. She gives such an emphatic performance, and I feel like this was just another one of those ones where I was like, damn, she's just having a great time, and you love to see it. I will say this song, without hearing the original or hearing this song before, this is gonna be such a niche thing, or maybe not, because I am a very huge nerd. But for whatever reason, this song and the way that they portrayed this song just reminds me of like, like the city town soundtrack when you're in Sonic Adventure 1 and like you're just roaming around as Sonic in the little city at the beginning. Like, whatever reason, that song came to mind when I heard this one. I don't know if it's just like me trying to connect the dots, but sonically, no pun intended, sonically reminds me of similar songs, or like similar kind of like chord structure and melody choice. So again, I might be far off base on this one, but I thought it was great. And I think maybe it's just because nostalgia speaking about that game and the soundtrack, but I don't know, it just reminded me of that. So maybe I'll have to go back and listen to that song again, or find that song and compare it to this one, and maybe I'll find the difference. But Gunky said the solo section definitely reminded me of a Sonic level. No, I feel like I have to look this up because it's gonna kill me now. Sonic 1 Adventure City. Let me see. City song. Oh, it's Station Square. Let me see if I can find it. I have to look this up. This is gonna kill me. We're taking the beaten path here. Oh man, Sonic Adventure Station School. Oh, I can't spell. Okay. Why does that? Is it this? It's gotta be. Right? Okay. It's all coming back. Okay. I'm cooking. Okay, cool. I'm glad. All right, let's go. All right. Okay. So that has been. Oh my god. You know what? Listen, I've never felt. I never felt it closely assimilated to Jimmy Neutron having a brain blast moment um on live video, but that's just probably about as close as I'm gonna get. So awesome. Holy shit. That's awesome. Okay. I can sleep soundly tonight. That's great. All right. Gunky says YDBB will forever be associated with Sonic now. Hey, listen. I don't think that's a bad thing, honestly. You know? I think that's a clutch thing right there. So oh man. That's great. Anyway, I'm gonna be on that high for the rest of tonight. The next song we have on the playlist here is Burn. And this song conveys the pain of giving energy to someone only to be betrayed and hurt. Oof. Feel that. Gunky says you won't be sleeping soundly if you don't get moving. That's true. That's true. All right. Well, let's get into Burn next. Let's check it out. I still can't believe that shit. That's awesome. Ooh, matching harmonies on that guitar. That's cool.
난 왠지 모르게 슬픈 거 있지 시들기만 하고 또 남지 않은 게 난 여전히 살아있고 싶을 뿐이야 단 하나만 남겨지고 싶을 뿐이야 숨을 죽여만 해 들키지 않게 그 아무도 모르게 춤을 출 거야 다시 또 무너질 걸 알지만 믿어진 채로 밤을 불태울까 우리에게 어떤 것도 닿지 못하게 눈을 감은 채로 마주보며 이제 내일 속에 어떤 것도 알지 못하게 난 또 참을 수 없게 지는 거 있지 오늘처럼 꽃만 보이고 만게 난 여전히 살아있고 싶을 뿐이야 단 하나는 남겨지고 싶을 뿐이야 숨을 죽여봐라 들키지 않게 그 아무도 넌 볼 수 없는 순간을 다시 또 무너질 걸 알지만 믿어진 채로 밤을 불태울까 우리에게 어떤 것도 닿지 못하게 눈을 감은 채로 마주보며 이제 내일 속에 어떤 것도 알지 못하게 미쳐 이대로 밤을 불태울까 우리에게 어떤 것도 닿지 못하게 눈을 감은 채로 마주보며 웃자 너희 속에 어떤 것도 막지 못하게
Oh! Fantastic drum solo. Holy shit. Oof. Wow. Very cool. Very cool. All right. This is YDBB and the song Burn. If you're hanging out tonight for the concert series. Very nice. This was great. Definitely like sonically weirdly enough, this actually reminds me more of like I think instrumentally kind of aligns me more with like a J-rock sort of sound, which is not a bad thing. I think you know, like oftentimes I feel like you know, there is something specific about like certain tonalities of songs, and this definitely is like a different perspective on what they're doing. But I love it. I think this then just shows off a little bit more like variety, and you love to see it. Um, I will say like Dobbin's vocals in this, I think she's got such a good like vibrato in the song. And not to say I didn't notice it beforehand with like all the other songs we've listened to tonight, but I think there is just something really nice about like her tone, especially like the longer notes, like the way that she's able to kind of extend that vibrato is just super nice. And I think she is you know, capable of doing that more so in this type of song, where I feel like maybe some of the more somber tracks, you know, she's not able to kind of put the vocals a little bit more into high gear. So very cool. I also really loved again the guitar work on this. Jun Hyung is an incredible guitar player. He was using this really interesting because I saw him like switch his foot over. He must be using a pedal to kind of like harmonize like the guitar sound or maybe like pitch it up. Like really cool. But it was cool to see them like hear them in synchronicity. So I really love that. It was a cool kind of like musical feature. I don't feel like maybe a lot of people might notice that tone, but I really liked it a lot, and I thought it was a good addition. But I gotta give a big salutes to Sang Woon. Man, that ending of that song deserves a big round of applause, because man, he was going ham. So I definitely appreciate that a ton, and he just absolutely crushed it. But yeah, I would say between the, and that's obviously not to give any discredit to Youngjun or Myungjeon, because they were also really great as well too. But man, I just feel like that Sangwon and Dabin just like stood out a ton to me in the song. So big salutes to them. So great stuff. All right. Gunky said, oh, excuse me. I had a couple other comments here before that. Connie says, I like that song. Gunky says, I feel like this song wouldn't be nearly as good without the powerful vocals. Agreed. And their drummer is really good. Yeah, their drummer is incredible. Really knows how to fill a pocket well. So good stuff. So very nice. Gungi says, I'm live. Multiple songs. You will be skipping the last song. The songs are in order. Obviously, we'll get through them. But the first one of this list is Once. The song is a message to those they cherish the most. They will all be together today and forever. The following one after that would be Runaway. The song is about forgetting all your worries. The following one after that would be Voyage. The lyrics encapsulates the hope of moving forward no matter what comes their way. And it looks like the last one, I guess, would be Letter of the 4 songs here. The song's lyrics are an appeal of genuine love, the acceptance and understanding. The lyrics ask for permission to express oneself honestly, even if it means being seen as crazy, and to receive unconditional love and support. Very nice. And I'm very excited to listen to the full thing, because I feel like we did get a shortened version earlier in stream, so cool to see it all completed. So let's go. Let's get into more.
발끝을 모아 소중히 내려놓아 눈에 남겨진다는 건 왜 외로워야만 할까. 벼랑에서도 이제는 숨 막히지 않아. 난 너와 다른 바람을 느껴도 함께 있는 거야. 이대로 난 서두르고 싶진 않아.
That would be cool to be a part of the audience for sure. Oh wow, that's gorgeous. The guitar. Ooh.
버릴 수 없는 후회와 밀려오는 나날 멀어진다는 건 왜 익숙할 수 없을까 눈물을 닦아내고서 내일에 외치네 우리는 언제나 그랬듯이 함께 있을 거야 이대로 난 서두르고 싶지는 않아 너와 난 이것만으로 충분해 아무리를 사랑할 수 있었어 한순간 그도 빠짐없이 사랑하고 있어 너무나도 다정히 날 기억해줄래 마지막으로 그대여 모은 손은 나를
All right, cool. I guess I'll stop in between the songs. Brief commentary on this. I really like this a lot. I think what I've noticed, at least pattern wise, between like the different variations of YDBB, I feel like they do a great mix of both. Like there's songs that I think require a lot of energy, and I think that they rise to that occasion and meet it with great expectation, certainly. But at the same point, I think that songs like these, like I think do a really great job conveying like lyricism or emotion, and I think that to me they match both of them very well where I think I think I get very appreciative of the musicality of some things, but often sometimes forget that the lyrical component is equally as important. And I think in some other occasions where I'm like, wow, the lyrical component is so good, and like the instrumentation kind of take the back seat. And that's, again, there's give and takes to certain things. And obviously there's some songs that kind of do both really well. But all that's to say is that I feel like YDBB does a great job of both. I think that they really convey strong emotion in the softer songs, but then as well as that convey great energy in the songs that need to be energetic, right? And so I think that shows the versatility and the capability of them as artists collectively. So I felt like the song was great, definitely within, more within the wheelhouse of what I expect them to do with like an acoustic, like a little bit more like indie pop, indie rock sort of feel to it, which isn't a bad thing. I think it's incredibly well done, and I loved a lot of the harmonies in the song, but just really, really well written song, and I think you could tell that they take a lot of care in their writing. So great track. Excuse me. I really enjoyed this one a lot, and I think it does convey that kind of like wholesome, cherishable cherishable, I don't think it's a word, but like the aspect that you're cherishing other people. I feel like the song does a great job of conveying that emotion, and I think I'd imagine through the lyricism as well too. So great song. really well done. So let's get into Runaway next as we continue on with this live.
감사합니다. 반갑습니다. 관객 여러분 그리고 유튜브로 보고 계시는 시청자 여러분, 저 유다빈 밴드 아임라이브에 놀러 왔어요. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
1년 좀 넘은 시간을 지나서 아임라이브 2회차 놀러 오게 됐는데 그때랑 분위기가 좀 많이 달라졌어요. 훨씬 무대가 예뻐졌고요. 또 관객 여러분들이랑 더 가까이서 소통할 수 있게 된 점에서 굉장히 뭔가 좀 긴장되기도 하고요, 솔직히. 더 가까운 자리에서 음악 나눌 수 있어서 굉장히 기쁜 마음입니다. 명종 씨가 다음 곡 소개 한번 해주실래요?
저희가 들려드릴 다음 곡은 가장 최근에 발매한 노래인데요. 하현상 씨와 피처링으로 도와주신 털어버리자라는 노래 들려드릴 예정입니다.
오늘은 현상 씨 대신에 준형이와 해보도록 하겠습니다.
이 멋진 시간 위에 모두가 쉼없이 달려가는 꿈을 안고 붉어진 강물 저기 너머로 닿을 듯 말 듯 소송이는 고를 여기는 남들이 모이는 저기 너도 보이네 점점 쌓여가네 숨 막히는 삶 우리여 전부를 다 쏟아내버리는 밤 쏟아내버리는 밤 털어버리자 원리는 먹구름과 쏟아내보는 거야 쏟아내보는 거야
초록던 날들의 노래 부르며 먼지를 털어내 가벼워질래.
He's got a great voice. Wow.
사람들은 언제나 조급하지 나가지도 않은 하루 속에도 아무 의미 없는 승자도 없는 싸움에 이기려 서로 끝을 모르지. 이기면 어떻고 지면 어떤데 다치지 않는 결말도 아름다울 때가 있는데 어떻게 생각해 출렁이는 남들이 보이네 저기 너도 보이네 점점 쌓여가네 숨 막히는 삶
우리의 전부를 다 쏟아내버리는 밤 쏟아내버리는 밤 털어버리자 울리는 먹구름과 쏟아내보는 거야 쏟아내보는 거야
Ah, very nice.
감사합니다.
Very nice, very nice. All right. That was Runaway. I like this one a lot too. It looks like chat was enjoying it. Gunky says feels like Windows down, cruising down the road. Yeah, absolutely. Connie says again, very nice lyrics. And Connie says this is my fave so far. Ooh, okay, very nice. This is great. It looks like it was. It looks like it had a feature before, and obviously they weren't performing it. But I got to give a shout outs to Jun Hyung. He was great. His vocals were really good. I know I mentioned it before, but I felt like he got a little bit more moment in the sun. So you definitely love to see that. I love the chord progression. I thought it was interesting. I did notice this, and maybe just like maybe it's just something I noticed because I'm a guitar player, but like it was interesting that she only did one chord in the verses. That was odd, and not like in a bad way. It was just definitely interesting, and I think that it was intentional just because I think a lot of the other instrumentation, like the bass playing and like the piano work, were really building off of that main chord that Dabin was playing. So it was very interesting. I think like structurally and just kind of like musically, it was an interesting approach. But I thought this was a very good song. Definitely like got a weightlessness to it that I like. I think it has a lot to do with like the acoustic guitar, and then I think like obviously the way that June did a lot of the like guitar work in this. It had a lot of like reverb on it, so I think it does add to that kind of like floaty sort of feeling of the song or weightlessness of it. But yeah, overall I thought this was very beautiful. I think they're, like I said, June and Dobbin's vocals I think do a great job of being complimentary, and I felt like this was probably the best representation of it that I've heard tonight so far. So really, really nice. This is a gorgeous song. So very cool. All right, we'll keep it moving. The next one is Voyage.
하얀성 대타 이준영이었습니다.
그 친구분이시라 그런지 네 같이
See?
똑같이 노래를 잘
Dobbin knows.
하시네요.
그건 아니고요. 이 기타도 참고로 이 기타도 현상이가 쓰던 기타입니다. 기타로 함께했습니다.
아 기타로 네 오늘 현상 씨 함께했습니다. 기타로요. 제가 오늘 아임 라이브 온다고 굉장히 들떠서 기타에 그림을 하나 그렸어요. 제가 한 바퀴 돌아서 보여드릴게요.
Oh, Hyun sang from Hobby Pola. Very nice. That's cool that they're close. Very nice.
네, 그림을 그렸는데 제가 원래
That's beautiful.
동그라미 많이 그리는데 오늘은 이 파도를 좀 섞어봤어요. 이건 제가 중학생 때 많이 그렸던 건데 이 다음 곡이 아마 제 생각에 이 파도와 좀 관련이 있는 곡이라는 생각이 드네요. 이번에는 우리 영윤 친구가 한번 곡 소개해 볼까요?
이 곡은 바야흐로 야 이거 우리 언제 냈더라? 2년 전인가?
작년입니다.
작년이요. 이 곡은 바야흐로 작년에 나온 항해라는 곡인데요. 여러분들이 뭐 이제 사시면서 수많은 난관이 있을 거예요. 뭐 저희들도 당연히 있고 크기는 사람마다 따라야 다르겠지만 그거를 거침없이 나아가기 위한 그런 곡이라고 할 수 있겠습니다. 다음 곡 항해 들려드릴게요.
Very nice.
수없이 연결된 실 속에서 사랑한 너와 나의 모습은 헝클어진 채로 버려지고 말았지. 영원히 남은 애들과 시간의 흐름을 기억하는 것.
Hey.
나지 않았던 눈보라 속에 빗발치듯이 쏟아진 눈물 얼어버린 발은 무뎌지고 따스한 약속은 잊어버렸네. 어두운 이 밤을 스치는 바람 숨이 막히게 조여오던 사이 추듯이 흘러가보자 믿을 수 없을 만큼 아름다운 그 바다로 함께 갈 수 있다면 새벽 속에 들려온 목소리를 들어봐 우리는 어디서 왔으면 어디로 사라질까 지난 시간의 흐름을 기억해내는 것 그것만이 우리가 갈 수 있는 하나의 꿈이야 어두운 밤을 스치는 바람 숨이 막히게 조여오던 삶 내가 마주한 그의 태양 춤을 추듯이 흘러가보자
Hey.
믿을 수 없을 만큼 아름다운 그 바다로 함께 갈 수 있다면 새벽 속에 들려오는 목소리를 들어봐 우리 어디서 왔으면 어디로 사라질까 지난 시간의 흐름을 기억해내는 것 그것만이 우리가 할 수 있는 내일이야 그것만이 우리가 갈 수 있는 하나의 꿈이야
Hey. Let's go. All right, very nice. That was Voyage. I'll keep it brief. I love this song. I think this one is definitely amongst my favorites that I've heard tonight. It's kind of giving me like I feel like this would be a great song for like a Korean anime opener, you know? And like it's giving me those vibes, which I love. Big fan of anime OSTs. But it feels like it just feel like a little bit of a little anime opening, which is great. I think this was so much fun. Like instrumentally, this was like a masterclass. Certainly, if there was any indication that they could not perform with their instruments very well, I would relay them to this video, as more specifically their performance of Voyage, because there is something like inherently band worthy about the song that I really like. You could just tell like the chemistry between all of them was really not again, and that's not to discredit any of the songs prior to this one or that follow it after, but there is just something really cool about like this performance and like the way that they conveyed themselves live in this section, just because they seem so in sync with each other. So incredible song. Davin and killed it again vocally. I love when she has those like big long like grandiose notes. I feel like it just does it well to it justice. So very nice, very nice. Gunky says it's the subtle things in this song that makes it really good. That's fair. Hey, listen, I think the subtleties of like their somber, more softer songs, I think, play a little bit more to light in the songs that I enjoy about them, which again, not to say there aren't somber, more, you know, subtle moments in the song, but I agree with you as well. I think there's good to be had all around if you like this song. So yeah, Voyage. I would absolutely put Voyage on that list. I think up there with some of my favorites that I've listened tonight. So very nice. We're gonna move on to the last one of this video set, which is Letter, which we did get a little sneak peek of earlier. So excited to listen to more.
감사합니다. 이 30분이라는 시간이 굉장히 짧습니다. 저희가 두 곡을 이어서 할 예정이라 이제 마지막 곡 소개를 저희가 드려야 되거든요. 방금 왔는데요. 믿을 수 없는 현실. 이렇게 둘러서 공연을 하는 게 이렇게 한 적 있었어? 아니. 처음이죠.
아 우리 있었어. 레터 뮤비 찍었을 때.
그래, 내가 지금 그 얘기 하려고 했는데 네가 갑자기 그 얘기 해버리면 어떡해?
내가 너 생각을 어떻게 하니?
그치. 그치.
아무튼 공연으로 이런 포지션을 서보는 건 처음인데요. 저희가 이제 레터라는 저희 데뷔곡이 있는데 저희 21년 3월에 데뷔한 밴드고요. 그 뮤비를 찍을 때 감독님께서 이렇게 둘러가지고 세상에서 제일 행복한 사람처럼 연주를 하세요. 이런 미션을 주셨었거든요. 전구가 왈랄랄랄라 이렇게 있고 저희가 막 그래서 그 연주를 하는데 이런 식으로 연주를 했던 기억이 납니다. 근데 역시 그런 게 있나 봐요. 이게 행동하는 대로 따라간다고 웃으니까 진짜 뭔가 굉장히 행복한 연주를 하고 있는 것처럼 느껴지더라고요. 아무튼 오늘 제가 조금 더 긴장을 했는데 그 이유가 제가 이렇게 말을 하면 여러분들 귀에 지금 실시간으로 들어가고 있는 거 아니에요, 그렇죠? 안 쓰신 분들이 갑자기 헤드폰을 쓰기 시작하시고.
Yes.
그렇잖아요, ASMR. 네, 그래가지고 뭔가 당신의 귀에 직통으로 한 방에 딱 음악을 약간 이런 느낌이라서 지금 좀 더 긴장을 하고 있는 게 아닌가라는 생각이 듭니다. 여러모로 그런 옛날 생각도 많이 나고 이렇게 여러분들의 귀에 다이렉트로 음악을 꽂아드릴 수 있어 굉장히 영광스럽고 또 뜻깊은 공연이 아닌가 싶습니다. 레터랑 오늘이야 이어서 들려드릴 거고요. 오늘 I'm Live를 통해서 여러분 이 여름을 시원하게 헤쳐나갈 수 있는 시원하게 순항할 수 있는 그런 힘을 얻으셨기를 바랍니다. 감사합니다. 저희는 유다인 밴드였습니다.
빛나는 나를 허락해주세요. 시들지 않는 사랑을 주세요. 소리 없는 말을 해주세요. 날 미친 사랑이라도 좋아요. 화려하게 장식된 말들은
Hopefully I'll know where to stop. If they leave a little pause, then I'll know.
나의 창틀 해도 가끔의 빛이 반짝일 수 있다면 그러니 그대의 나는 나를 허락해주세요. 시들지 않는 사랑을 주세요. 소리 없는 말을 해주세요. 날 미친 사랑이라도 좋아요. 속이 없는 인사야 외로워 질 때가 있어요. 그 고요 사
Oh, very nice, very nice. All right, that was a letter by YDBB. Very nice. It was cool to hear the final concept of the song. Obviously, we had a shortened version of it and didn't listen to the whole song earlier, but I really liked it. I think I think there's something inherently sweet about this song that I think as a concept and obviously as being their debut song, I feel like this song represents him very well. Still, still does. I think it has those really big, grandiose moments that I feel like I associate with them now, but at the same point, I feel like it shows off more of their somber, more tender moments as well. So I think it's a very good reflection of their sound and what they do, and it's cool to see them. I'd imagine still to incorporate it in their live performances, just because I feel like it is the ethos of their group. Is the type of song that I think represents them very well, but at the same point, I think is very very much them, and so I feel like it carries the torch for them sonically, and you love to see that. So great song. Cool to hear more of it. Obviously, I love the ending of it. I think that like kind of like biggerish band moment I thought was incredible, and obviously to have that performed live in front of all those people were incredible. I would love to go do something like that. It seems like just a fun time, and I'll have to look it up. It'll be fun to see if there's one that is done locally, but very nice. Well, we're gonna keep it moving. The next one on the proverbial playlist is Night Night. This song reflects the nature of life and relationships and the importance of finding solace in shared experiences or bonds regardless of circumstance. Very nice. All right, we're gonna keep it moving with the next one. Check it out.
한철맘에 피어난 꽃들이 저물고 하얀 눈은 또 내려오네요. 추운 바람에도 우리 외롭지 말아요. 눈이 내려오네요. 걸어온 날들이 하얀색으로 가득하네요. 난 기억이 안 나요. 떠밀려왔나요. 지난 우리가 보이지 않네요. 우리 잘 지내왔나요. 서툴고 벅찬 하루살이에 눈물을 삼키고 짙게 물들어버린 마음은 또 짙어질 뿐이죠. 지나감으로 바래져가던 마음에 하얀 눈은 다시 우릴 찾아오네요. 흔히 남긴 상처고 차가웠던 눈물도 언젠가 순간에 찬란이겠죠. 어디서 어디로 가는지 몰라도 하얀 눈은 다시 우릴 안아주네요. 언제든 어지러웠을 맘도 오늘은 잠에 들 거예요. 사라지는 것이 더 어렵네요. 많고 많던 꿈과 사랑도 사라졌네요. 찬바람이 부네요. 지는 해를 보내고서 밤이 되었네요. 지나감으로 바래져가던 마음에 하얀 눈은 다시 우릴 찾아오네요. 흔히 남긴 상처도 차가웠던 눈물도 언젠가 순간에 찬란이겠죠. 찬바람에 외로움이 초라해진대도 우린 이 밤을 놓지 말아요. 어두운 밤 사이 하얗게 내린 눈들에 가려질 길들에서도 시들지 않게 눈이 내려오네요. 걸어온 날들이 하얀 색으로 가득하네요. 난 기억이 안 나요. 떠밀려왔나요? 지난 우리가 보이지 않네요. 난 어땠었던가요? 잘 지내왔나요? 상처 줄 바에 그냥 웃었었나요? 난 울어도 될까요? 그래도
Very nice. All right, this is YDBB and their song Night Night. Very nice. Sounds like something I'll be doing soon. This was great. At the behest of sounding like a broken record, this was so interesting. I loved the different tones in this song. I think this obviously shows off Dobbin's like vocal tone so much more. Like, I feel like with each song, and I imagine this might be one of the newer in the discography, but I feel like to me they always do a great job of like just improving over the next song that I've heard. Like, there's just something really I don't know. There's something like a little bit magical about the song. You know, there's like the way that she conveys her vocals and like I think kind of the brevity of the instrumentation in the song were just like really, really, really well put together, and it has this sort of like larger than life feel to it that I really appreciate. You know, and I think that is no that's no small feat. I think all of the members obviously contribute to the larger sound that is the group, but I felt like in this sort of occasion here, it just felt like everybody was so on point. You know, there's something about the vocals being really strong and powerful and dynamically fun in this song, and I think again, Davin gets to be able to do like her. I want to say, I guess it's kind of belting a little bit, but it's just like the way that she has the power on her vocals. I feel like this one is very representative of this song, and I think the instrumentation just kind of carried this sort of anthemic feel throughout the track, and you can just tell it's just a really powerful song, and so yeah, I think they convey that energy super well. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed this one a ton. This was a great closer song to the stream here. Though you know I am getting some correspondence here that you know we might have some encore songs, but you know I know that you know I'm getting some chat. I gotta get some chat feedback. You know, like we'll do the. I feel like you know they'll come back out and perform for us. You know, I feel like if there's some chat engagement, certainly, you know, I feel like if you know if the chat's feeling it, we got you know we might have some more music. So, you know, the song will not end. You know, the stream will not end on night, which is great. So, you know, there we go. Look, Jazz knows it. We got the encores. Let's go. Cal says, very nice, very nice. All right. Lesson. Yeah, let's go. All right, cool. All right. Chat's feeling it. We'd love to see it. Very nice, very nice. All right. Well, you know, I feel like, you know, dissimilarly to a concert, you know, we gotta do it. Kaylee says, okay, first okay, but first, Brandon, do we have a fandom? Do you have one for us? I want one now. I don't know if I have one, honestly. I'm up to taking a poll for it, you know? I'm up to taking a poll for it. I don't know if we have one. If he's chef, we are the sous chef. I feel like if it was audio addiction, I don't want to call you addicts because that sounds really bad. So I'm gonna say not addicts. That's meatballer. Oh, that's Udi's kind of cooking with that one. I like that. Gunky says we have lore with our cube lore. Oh my god. Meatballer I kind of like though. I do like Meatballer. Addicts does not sound like a great one. I will say I loved Sarah's as well. The sous chefs was a good double entendre there. So I like it. I could do if you want to either Kaylee or Sarah want to put up a poll for either Meatballers versus sous chefs. I'm down. That'd be great. Ballers. Kaylee says maybe it needs to... Listen, they're both food related. One's a meatball, you know, and the other one's a sous chef. I think those are both food related, unless I'm dumb, which is a high possibility. But very nice. Also, I'd like to preface to remove the veil a little bit. This was exactly what Gunky put. Brandon, it's time for you to act now. We are going to do 2-song encore after this, so you'll need to kind of act like the concert is over, then play the video where this is a 12-second encore chant. Oh my god. Listen, you guys can rate me on how well my acting skills were. Okay, I feel like I feel like I could never be an MC. I feel like I should. Gunky was prepared. Yeah, I'll give them that. They were prepared. Yeah, well played, Gunky. Very nice. It was fun. Okay, cool. I'm glad 10 out of 10 effort. Okay. Very surprised 10 out of 10. I feel like this is I feel like you're just debating me now at this point. But anyway, we're gonna keep it moving. The next one that is on here, the song is Period. Okay. This is my favorite song. This song is about words being unsaid because they were too afraid of farewell. This is why the song is a period symbol, no words. Oh, okay. That's a good explanation for the track. Very nice. You do love ballad songs, so let's check out the ballad.
감출 수 없는 우려감에 우린 더 잃을 수 없는 밑으로 마침내 난 이 공허를 해결할 수 있는 정답을 찾았다고 생각해 마침내 그리운 마음을 미쳐 달랠 수는 없을 거야 그런 나를 용서하는 방법도 없을 거야 어떤 날은 어색한 내가 익숙해져 괜찮은 날이라 생각했지
Very nice, very nice. All right. This is YDBB and their song Period. Very nice. Um I mean this in the most nicest way possible. This is definitely a Gunky song through and through. It makes sense. This was gorgeous. Definitely enjoyed the vocals a lot in the song. I feel like that's goes without saying at this point now, um but I feel like she's got such a interesting way, interesting in a good way of conveying the lyricism, and I think you could just tell it's there is something inherently beautiful about the way that she writes, and I loved, like I said, being able to read the lyricism as well too. I think does definitely help, as I mentioned before with the I'm Live videos. But I think to me it's like it's such a beautiful representation of, like, again, how you would feel if you left things unsaid. And I think music has a interesting way of being able to spur on emotions or spur on how you feel. I think musicians have a very quirky way of conveying those sorts of things. So I think in song it it makes it seems more real, more personable, and I think you grow attached to those types of songs because you can resonate with them. So that's awesome. I feel like this is very much the case with this song. But I also enjoyed the instrumentals. I feel like I've said a lot of great things about them, and I'll continue to say a lot of great stuff. I think she's got a phenomenal backing band, live band, and obviously bandmates with her. They're incredibly talented musicians. I feel like the song definitely does another fantastic job of representing the group as well. So another gorgeous song. Love to see it. All right. It looks like the final couple ones we've got. Before I move on, a couple comments here. Gunky says, "LOL, yeah, it's so me." Callus says, "Very Gunky." Jazz says, "Can definitely see why it's your favorite." And Biscuit says, "It was beautiful." And then Gunky says, "I feel like the instrumentation at the end really fits the theme of words being unsaid." Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely agree with that too. So great stuff. The final one is Today is the Day, Good Day. This is an OST for the K-drama Cheer Up. This is my second favorite song by them. This song is Despite All the Hardships, today can be the day your dreams come true. Very nice. All right, let's go. Let's get into it.
돌아봐 이 순간의 선물은 나의 눈빛이 다시 만날 때 반짝일 거야 삶의 지조로도 돌아봐 이 순간의 꿈들을 내가 바라던 찬란한 빛이 내릴 거다로 어디라가 본 적 있던 것 같아 한때 그 영화 속에서 누군가의 모습을 닮았던 노을진 바다를 가끔 나 잊어버리고 싶은 내 꿈속에서 어두운 밤의 끝을 바래 멀어져 가던 지난 날들이 부러울 때 눈을 감으면 선명해지는 숨을 내쉬며 돌아봐 이 순간의 선물은 나의 눈빛이 다시 만날 때 반짝일 거야 삶의 지조로도 돌아봐 이 순간의 꿈들을 내가 바라던 찬란한 빛이 내릴 거다로 오늘이야 어지러운 마음을 조금 넘어져도 괜찮아 새로운 내일의 나에게 눈 감지 않아 멀어져 가던 지난
드리겠습니다. 감사합니다.
조심히 돌아가세요. 감사해요. 서부장 저 우쿨렐레 베이스 조용해졌습니다.
그리고 저는 하민이에요. 공연을 만들어주신 모든 스태프분들과 객석에서 함께해주신 많은 관객분들께 진심으로 감사의 말씀드립니다. 여러분이 오늘 여기서 행복을 찾을 수 있는 멋진 행운을 꼭 가져가셨으면 좋겠습니다. 감사합니다. 서강대학교 메리오 클로버에서 유다빈 밴드였습니다. 감사합니다.
Very nice, very nice. Gunky has made it seem like the end of a concert here. Here you go. This is the end. It's like the end of a show, guys. Can't you feel the immersion? Look at that.
멀어져 가던 지난 날들이 불어올 때 틈틈 사이로
This is me with chat.
내쉬며 돌아와 이 순간의 선물을
Very nice, very nice. All right. This was YDBB, our concert series experience. Thank you to Gunky for doing all this. Very impressive. You know, Lord knows I just sit here and make commentary about this, but this is great. To surmise the final song, I think that was my favorite of tonight. And not for ironic purposes. I just feel like the song was just incredibly well written. I loved Dobbin's voice in it. I think she really kind of did the full gambit vocally. You know, I think to me it was just one of those ones that from start to finish I was immersed, and then by the end of it, it just felt like the end of a concert experience. And then on top of that, I think them just feeling very, very immersive. But I think the instrumentation just was incredible towards the end of the song, but not as well as that. Like, just like the band was incredible, the vocals are incredible. I think it would be hard to deny that one being one of my favorites, if not my favorite of the stream in totality. So great stuff. Great stuff. Thank you, Gunky, for it. Biscuit says, thank you, Gunky. I have many songs to add. And Gunky says it's not one straight concert, but I tried to make it more like it. And Gunky said I figured it would be adding a lot more songs. Very nice. Well, if you have also enjoyed this concert series, you can also be like them in the chat and get channel points. So you can either do the concert series at 50K points or 100,000 points. So come join. If you're new here, come hang out. We'd love to see you. Discord link's always above. Become a meatballer. Exactly. Apparently we found our fandom name tonight. So we're the meatballers now. So come through. Would love to see you. And yeah, thanks for the vibes. Wednesday, we are continuing on with Boys Planet. So we'll be doing a ton of groups. Sarah can give their spiel if they would like for Wednesday, as per usual for Mondays now. So Sarah, if you're here, give your spiel. If not, then I'll come find you in our Discord chat. But yeah, that's the vibe. Kaylee says that they made us a light stick during the stream. Oh hell yeah, let's go! I'll add it as an emote so on the stream. Very cool.